for a confusion kesiya pa and I just a sabre between NDC, EC and NPP for say enya sanketo. Already no EC I didn't know who was especially J Mensa boss manasari and then Crawford dem who was saying kwan bia so no 9 constituencies no kwan bia some de nyina be ma NPP for enye Supreme Court na be expose some illegalities ahodo a isi ni High Court judge bi kabom se ombeya ma that seat ni nyina kodi NPP for wa kasabrika asem de na asem ko enye NDC for anything de om na see from ka omon sem kire Ghana fo nyina kire wi asem hu se adwem boni na baje Mensa ne Crawford trim. Now they are going to stop them legally because NDC are the people of Archesebeka Crawford democracy no omo bon ban omo pese betonsum no pese ejina pampe despite the fact say the current government and actions in the BBH say omo pese AGM crampo be sworn in say the every atwem captain smart crampo the ekan no na sabre information be say one a year constituency just a very crucial one seat just obie ni daso even NPP for nyina crampo ajatum so mo lose sa seat no dome kwabenya this seat no Electoral akulugu aye dwumaden despite the fact say NDC chairman Lamte award constituency no penasem would di NPP for G APP Michael Quay no mum bribe twa abegya to say we lose ni nyina echi no yes papa yi di NPP for G APP am dombe bia NDC ni o dombe bia se na be ya akwan no bakwa akodi NPP for and the information to from Chelsea presiding officer will declare Electoral win during a year coalition or more constituency or no figures are presiding officer no onkeka pin sheet na muka boom figures omunya no real coalition e dia background o mate numbers no so adia na Electoral makrugo atwene mu more than 1000 no ya teso kura ya teso achesenya asenketo NDC for atropine into EC yenkoninkwiti information just if you rubber.
Right, and so, George, I mean, all is said and done with respect to the Domu Kwabenya constituency, no clear winner with respect to the Member of Parliament for the 9th Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. The Electoral Commission says that difference, which you've been speaking to 165, if we return to that one polling station, the Abokobi Women Development Center, that's the name of the polling station we're being given this afternoon. It has about 600 voters, registered voters in that polling station, and it can't overturn the result. Hence, it is looking the more and more likely that there will be a rerun. As to the dates for the rerun, that's not quite clear. That's the position of the Electoral Commission, who say that they are returning. Dr. Shirbo Okwe, who is the Director of Training, and then Mr. Banabio, who is the Director of Electoral Services of the Commission. They were the officials who oversaw the Domu Kwabenya recollation. They said they are taking the report back to the commissioners for a decision to be made as to when the rerun for that polling station will be conducted. But for both parties, the NPP and then the NDC, they seem to have a very different opinion with respect to the Form 1C, which is the coalition sheet, because all of the 369 polling stations now which have been captured on that coalition sheet, they say one for the NPP will start there. They make the case that they don't believe that the numbers are a true reflection of what they got on the ground. They say they are going back, they are going to look at the coalition sheet and then their pink sheet vis-a-vis, compare, and then return to the headquarters of the Electoral Commission and make known their disagreements with regards to the numbers not tallying. The NDC is making the same argument. In fact, Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer says that when the earlier declaration was made, they were leading with some 51,000 votes. But today, we've seen that reduced to around 50,700 and something. They cannot understand the disparity in just one polling station being taken out, resulting in over 1,000 votes lost. And so they as well are going to do their own summations with respect to the collation sheets from 1C that they have, and then return as well to the headquarters of the Electoral Commission, because they believe Akroma has won the elections. And so that's really a summation of everything that's transpired. It's been a long, tedious process with misunderstanding. There were 3 outstanding polling stations which have been communicated by and large by the Electoral Commission. Today, when we got here, Michael Quay Jr. said he was a part of the process until it was left with 88 polling stations, and so demanded that the Commission takes it from the 88. That resulted in a long standoff, a long debate, but finally they agreed on to dealing with the 3. 2 has been sorted out. There's 1 outstanding, and it looks like we have a tame situation sort of on our hands this time, only in respect to just 1 polling station within the Dom Pabina constituency.
Marina, before I let you go, I know it's either Eli Plim or Michael Quay Jr. who will be part of the 9th Parliament. I want you to give us a poster of these candidates. Also, just walk us through the figures again.
For the figures, I will not want to misinform by way of quoting numbers that don't quite tally, but it was 50,732 for Eli Plim Akroma. That readily comes off of the top of my head, but there's a voter difference of 165 between the 2. In terms of a posturing, it's difficult to be able to tell. Michael Quay, a bit agitated, wanting to have things done because he believes that he's not been a part of the process. In fact, he's made the argument consistently that when the collation was done, which led to the declaration of Eli Plim Akroma, he was not informed as to where it was going to happen at. And so he feels a lot of ill has happened, reason for which he's making the case that the entire 88 polling stations be taken again. But for Eli Plim Akroma and her husband who were present, confident that they won the election, and they are insisting that the remainder of the polling stations be taken through the paces, and then a declaration can be made. But we still remain to see really what the next step will be. It's looking like it's a rerun, but no clear dates just as yet as to when that will happen, George.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Before, we'll let's hear from the Electoral Commission official on this very decision. Well, Marina Gbeta is a reporter, and he is stationed at the EC regional office in Accra at Rich, and he will bring us up to speed on this very development in our subsequent bulletin. Safwa.
All right, thank you, Mawena, for bringing us all of that update. But let's still remain on the issue of collation and recollation and take you to the Supreme Court, because on Friday are now recollated parliamentary election results for Kaikwe Central, Ablekuma North, Tema Central, and Techiman South, overturning the Electoral Commission's EC declarations for these constituencies. The Electoral Commission have declared the incumbent MP Martin J. Mensa Kosa as Member of Parliament elect following recollation of results. Correspondent Belinda Tete has been engaging some residents of Techiman South following the decision made by the Supreme Court.
Aftermath of the elections in the Techiman South constituency, which had the NDC's parliamentary candidate as the winner of the constituency seat, the later recollation from the EC side had the MP's incumbent MP in the person of J. Mensa Kosa as the winner declared by the EC. A recent development this afternoon by the Supreme Court says it does not agree with the High Court's demand, which gave the EC the right to do the recollation for the Techiman South constituency. According to the Supreme Court, it finds the EC's recollation as null and void. It is therefore ordering the High Court to give another hearing to the NDC side. I am here at the Techiman South constituency to engage some party supporters to see how they are receiving this news.
Because you have create to aba emma Christopher Basante Bayre. It's about say NPP focus on more winning name tiase. Tini e hwede Supreme Court no beka. Tine, Yakuma Swapadian, or my Yan Sanko Toko for an Piadi. A person Sanko Toko. The Toko for ya, even no correct.
And okay, so ne Supreme Court so aka asem de emaye. So yeniaje said the omoye no.
Because the Chima Obian was a buy Rafa. But the sense of our NPP, that's what we say NDC seat. Safa I said there. So I was MPP ni Biababia, Tawantawan MPP ni Raba. And I hear who says a forcer and I had I really. Because there's a course of LED by almost 3,000 votes. There's a forcer and I really. But meaning, maybe I say, no, but so far, Plutuna said, Dina said, you're maybe before the meeting because of NDC about power and Tira. I may be a open some years, I meet Munchen. Or any say, a quarter and I really. These names so declare about a Supreme Court. By the open name put to the put to a brain. This is the minimum say. Since I made many free, I'm the Chima I see. So far, the question about who's a why never be bride and I'm at its mind. The minimum, no, the minimum who know me.
I am here with Bono East Regional Communications Officer Mustafa Mohammed Suleiman.
I would say the ruling by the Supreme Court is a judgment for democracy because aftermath of the declaration at Techiman South, the EC called for recoalition at the national level, which we felt wasn't proper because we filed an ex parte to join and none of our evidences were even looked at. The judge went ahead to give a ruling that they should go ahead and do the recoalition. We did not appear because we felt we have been shortchanged. Immediately, our head of legal committee, in the person of lawyer, in fact, he did very well. Immediately, he filed at the Supreme Court, though with even a stay of execution. The EC went ahead, the IGP went ahead, they mobilized the police, the military, went and cordoned the whole area, and they did the illegality. Today, God being so good, the case was heard at the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court went ahead to quash those illegal declarations that were done.
So what next move are you expecting from both the High Court and the Supreme Court?
Yes, now that the High Court has been given the order to go and hear our case, we are of the view that when our case is heard, definitely the right thing will be done.
And what is the right thing?
The right thing is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama being sworn, as well as Dr. Christopher Bahasunti Bayere, the MP elect for Techiman South, also be sworn in.
Okay. Yes. Do you foresee a possible re-election in the constituency for the parliamentary side?
I don't foresee it.
Okay.
I don't foresee because we have our figures. Yes. But as both of us are aware, the wheel of justice grinds slowly. It will surely get to its destination. So let's wait for the court system. I wouldn't preempt.
You heard from Mustafa. He is the communications person, the regional communications person for the National Democratic Congress. And he tells me that the Supreme Court's ruling, it goes in the right direction. And so, as he says, the wheel of justice moves slowly. So let's just wait for the final declaration or the final decision by the Supreme Court or the High Court. TV3 News, I am Belinda Tete, Bono East Region, Techiman South.
Let's just stay on the disputed parliamentary seat and take you back to the EC regional office. Let's hear from the EC, represented by Dr. ßreak, who is the Director of Training, NDC, that's Dr. Rashid Tanko, Director of Elections and IT, and Martin Costa, who is the Director of Elections of the NPP.
They have concluded collating 367 police station results. They were left with 3 of the results. And the 3 of the results were got later. And the commission rejected one of it. outrightness on the sense that it was declared on a wrong statement of poll because they use training sheet, which is not the one that they should use. So the commission has rejected one. So we try to come and add the two and see what happens. So when we added the two based on their statistics, the difference between the two candidates is now 165. Then the one that was rejected, the total number of voters was 669, meaning that if you give that number to the second person, he will overtake the first person. So it means that you have to go and rerun election at that polling station. So that's the decision. What's the name of the polling center, please? I don't have it often, so I can't tell you.
Mensa Adukwe Mensa, Bossman Asari, Samuel Tete, Cerebro Kweku, Yakase Budi na bekosa apia hene, munyina mu yenkrofo mushishe easy ho. Yenim se moma nyina wie dia yenim se modi 90 years dia yenim because constitution we na boa aboya ho ban just 32 years ni that so enjoy this constitution no because say great be cry enyini sin mumu bia mo easy office ho no na boa wa mo akọ school ayi bibia bedri sabre a we enjoy that office no Ibia without the constitution no sa ye ni bibia friend easy ye ni bibia friend abato mpo but kakra create menye constitution aboya ho ban e de asumdwie abrayin a che say enjoy nene sa constitution na mototo na se brebi etwem no chief justice tokono ka say we are in constitutional crisis ene easy ene de sa asem no abem on na tamatalable because ne near say we are in constitutional crisis, we are in judicial crisis. I didn't know yes say obi nkoboka em franim fifre ni mujam brin mujani en kan semane ntonkrofo akoma so en win election now what we condition and our what figures no so what the numbers are when so enye you obi enyere no ho despite niama edina fam on that ye bobi kramputu na se ebiwiase na se pin sheet ne se wanya 20 na se momo se montias ye nkwa coalition because ansana be coalition pin sheet na ne kika bom kika pin sheet numbers ya bom awie for example wanya 100 most montiasi ekwa coalition a yenkwa coalition a muma kwati figures na so aba 80 ekwan be so amuti so ba 80 mutu amunti minchire 80 ni so krampa mumate so no awsa mo kai se enye NDC fo na ekoye mu private coalition eno munya 100 no we coalition is presiding officer or NPP agent or NDC agent or ena muye coalition and amunya sa figures because ansana mo presiding officer and be declared that result no also be assign nebe a legal not just yet me declare they are saying declare we are na sade ni 100 na se mentime ho asia abema ye kwakwa recollation mo different figures ye kuki aba na pese the other opponent metiasie how now we are sa kan ye nkwa run beam how why sika why adaje na even do you think that constituency in for krampo me pie akwakoto aba no because o mato oba na wi o ma ye bibia pin sheet bibia hodada so e won hia som sa o ma daje bim kwakwa yes de asema doctor omane boama kan no eya yampa kwan bia so no people want to declare all those 9 seats for this government kwan bia so no meaning say anone the last legacy Mensa person here they saw adudi any dia we don't know because there is no way I was a GM so niema Mensa here no so niema Charlotte say yeah the pamono no and niema this woman nene crop from who nyina here no it doesn't make sense and ye bar bonting with these figures ade chiane e figures ne say asesa correct mistakes one yes are different figures aba. Yes, oh mistakes ne say different figures aba. Ti mo amwo ho ni nyina no ma bonsa munim simple calculation. Common calculation you people don't know. And na mo de Ghana for comedy agro. And na mo de Ghana constitution sorry a democracy net chacha. Because of a single office independent office back up. And na mama Ghana for nyina dwen to afra kuma yomo ya like and tension big jinem then so nipa na mo pese mo koma no aye Michael Queen ono ankasa ba bontia abeka kire say enye hwe nkwa ne hia. Let's wait for 2028. Yankopɔ adom obia won kwa obia mfiri mu intine yen hwe anim se 2028 die ye be ye adwumaden ne etime wini ono ankasa ba we consider defeat yen hu die ye die kopia die kop ti ja ne free ne ba ya oso no zo nti ase mo ankasa machinations mo dey working ma that money money nya hope say was we win and obitima bibia na mo chinchim ne sama omo enye yi other city ne dey say the NDC for kan obitima bibia dey amom na so do me kwa benya dey. There is no way on my penama mo dey ama microcue da. There is no way incident said the my champion kan incident so ye the delays and be ya GM swearing in so be boy koso dia and so mati mo twa ma GM swear in so we are mo nyina wo samko ne pa no da easy no ti be adwuma ne simple na edi ye to ye because adwuma no muntimi nye ayedian mamo na edi to ye no bi anfa emfa na asamko ade na mama Ghana nyina mo say ada jesa a simple 9 constituency muntimi damango ye kum ni patu ye says a pin sheet coalition center says or even EC office ye share no EC presiding officer ne be kan say abujina po NPP ne wini Mensa say a win the okay. Na presiding officer pie ba bonte be catch us say ye pressure no man declare na de ben de ben and we illegal. Does it make sense? And I'm BBI bias and they show some NPP for say the amount for can for send me be no kind bit match under the comment section. Subscribe and share my news in Sanke Akroma.